Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So, today I'm going to be talking about the Season 2, Episode 7 review of Star Trek Lower Decks, Where Pleasant Fountains Lie. So, there's a few things in this episode that I really liked. So, let's just jump right into it. So, basically, what's going on in this episode is, again, you have a main plot line and you have some subplot lines that's going on. Now, the thing is that in the last few episodes, they've been diving into the relationship more between Boimler and Mariner, okay? And in season 1 and the start of season 2, you get the impression that they're just really good friends. And, Boimler just has some issues with her because he doesn't feel that she was Starfleet and everything like that. In season 2, we're starting to see that it's reasons why she feels the way she feels, and it's reasons why he feels the way he feels. And it's showing a few cracks in their friendship. But I like the way that they're addressing and handling them. All right. One of the other subplots, which was pretty funny to me, was with Rutherford and, of course, Tindy. All right. Now, and with the chief of engineering. All right. The engineering chief. Now, what's going on is that the engineering chief is actually a prince of the civilization, right? Where they use technology but rename it in mythical and magical type names. And the first impression that I got was the techno mages from Babylon 5, but that's a whole nother thing. But it was funny, Dragon's Blood, for warp engines and, all these types of things. And I thought that was great. And the culture, let me tell you something. I would love to be in that. I would love to go to that culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can I say this without being vulgar? Basically, his mother is always trying to get her son to become king by making him by tricking him into losing his virginity. All right. Now, one of the one of the other storylines that was going on in here, and it concerned Boimler and Mariner, was that Boimler was supposed to take do a away mission that was dangerous, dealing with a gigantic centipede, which I would have loved to have seen. And instead, he got reassigned at the last minute to go work with Mariner to deliver AI box that they just basically liberated this world from, and I get a little bit more into that, to the Daystrom Institute. So, first of all, let me tell you guys who Daystrom is. Dr. Daystrom was a gentleman that was a pioneer in artificial intelligence. He built the M5 computer. All right, he was shown in, I believe, Enterprise, but definitely in the original series. Okay, so in, what was it called? I think it was called The Ultimate Computer, I believe it was, that name of that episode. But that's Dr. Daystrom. And Dr. Daystrom has an outstanding facility devoted to the teaching and understanding of artificial intelligence. Now, let's talk about them freeing the world from this AI. And this AI was called Agamis. All right. Now, as Agamis was talking, right, I couldn't help but think to myself, why does he sound so familiar? Why does Agamis sound so familiar? And come to find out that he is voiced by the great Jeffrey Combs. So, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but Jeffrey Combs, man, look, let me tell you something. Jeffrey Combs, besides the fact that he's an awesome actor, from his B-budget movie days, back in the 80s, all the way up throughout Star Trek canon. He's been so many characters in Star Trek canon. In Deep Space Nine, he's been Wei Yun. He's been Shran from Enterprise and Andorian. He's been this collector that was trying to buy a holographic program featuring Kira from Quark. Man, look, Jeffrey Combs has been all throughout Star Trek. All right. So basically, the trope that they put into this particular episode was one that was really dominant in the original series. Not so much in the next generation, because by the time they got to the next generation, they were focusing more on sentient androids and sentient holograms, things of that nature, not so much as AI. All right. They did have one AI that they did in the next generation, and I really would have hoped that they had expanded on it. It was when the Enterprise computer has started to develop a sentient consciousness, which it released into space, and we never heard anything else about it. And I thought that was a pretty cool concept. You know, and side note, does that mean all Federation Starfleet vessels are capable of doing such a thing? And if so, where do they go? What do they do? Anyway, so we're talking about this episode. So that was something that was really dominant. That plot line, it was something that they really used a lot in Star Trek, the original series, like in episodes like Return of the Archons with Lazarus, with like the Changeling, the Apple, the Ultimate Computer, like I was just saying with M5, that which survives, not really so much data lore. Like I said, by the time they got to the next generation, it dealt more with androids. Arsenal of Freedom, that was a good one. Let me see. And to a lesser degree, maybe A Taste of Armageddon, maybe that episode too. So in all of these episodes, they dealt with AI subjugating or eliminating a species or a planet. And so this is something that the lower decks continued on. Now, the thing about Agamis is that basically Agamis is, like I said, disconnected from his drones. They just liberated this planet. They're going to take him to the Daystrom Institute. And I thought it was going to be like to stand trial or something like that, because like I said, I know that AI, sentient AI, has rights in Federation law. So, and Agamis actually addressed that when they was about to bury him, you know, and they said that he has rights, you know. So, it's pretty cool, one, how they address that, you know, that Agamis knows that the Federation gives sentient AI rights. So, but Agamis, man, he was funny, man. He was always trying to drive a wedge in between Bomer and Mariner. And by the way, spoilers. So, but y'all know how I roll with my subscribers. So, what was interesting about it was that basically they end up crashing a shuttle during the transport of Agamis onto this planet, and due to some kind of magnetic anomaly or something like that. It's a barren world. All these other ships and stuff then crash landed on the planet. You know, it looks like just a graveyard of items. Now, one of the funny things is that the replicator ended up being one of the only things that worked. But the only thing it was able to replicate, no matter what you asked it, was black licorice, right? And what made it even more funny was that they found one of the only trees that they found bearing fruit. Once they taste the fruit, it tasted like liquid black licorice, right? And I just thought that was hilarious. Now, the thing about this episode is that you get the impression from the episode that Boimer is finna just be stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but without saying too much, it was really cool how he switched it up when dealing with dealing with the AI, because when dealing with AI in Trek canon, what Kirk normally did, or what people who had to engage the AI normally did to defeat the AI, wasn't by using brute force. It was by using logic problems to turn it against itself, or some type of virus or something like that. But it was cool how they wrote in, keeping with Star Trek tradition, that Boimer was able to turn the tides on this AI by using logic, basically. All right. Now, another one of the funniest parts of this episode was when Agamis basically threatened him on a ship. He was like, I will turn the light on and off on you. You know, oh my God. I got it. Look, I got to chuckle. I ain't gonna lie. I got to chuckle. But overall, the episode, again, a nice addition to the Star Trek family, a nice addition to the Star Trek Lower Decks second season. And, you know, bravo to the writers and, like I said, the people who are doing a good job kicking it off with this new season of Lower Decks. I really enjoyed it, and if you guys haven't watched it, I recommend this episode. I recommend all of season 2. Like I said, you guys will really enjoy it. As a Trekkie, I'm being able to smile again when I do these reviews and everything instead of looking like I lost my best friend. But again, episode was called Where Pleasant Fountains Lie. It is episode 7 of season 2, Star Trek Lower Decks. And please subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell for new content. And as always, peace, recycle, and save the whales. You guys be cool.